Discover the jaw-dropping moments when footballers messed with the wrong opponent. From unexpected controversies to heated clashes, these encounters are as unforgettable as they are intense. Ready to relive the drama? Number 10. Luis Suarez. Luis Suarez has been entangled in a lot of controversy in the last several years. Notably, while he was a player for Liverpool in 2011, he became infamous for biting 3 players and for his part in a racist incident with Patrice Evra of Manchester United. In 2012, during their rematch, Suarez purposefully avoided shaking hands with Evra, which infuriated the French international. Evra retaliated by celebrating United's victory in front of Suarez, which caused officials to step in. Managers and players alike voiced their displeasure with Suarez's antics after the game. As a result, the striker apologized for his acts and acknowledged that, in the wake of his contentious behavior, there needed to be accountability and reconciliation. Number 9. David Abraham. David Abraham fell short of the standards of a team captain, who should be composed, inspiring, and logical, when Eintracht Frankfurt played SC Freiburg in the German Bundesliga in November 2019. A controversial event took place in the final stages of the match, while Frankfurt was behind 1-0 and attempting to equalize. Coach Christian Streich of Freiburg let the ball past him as it left the field of play and talked with the center back. Streich was violently pushed to the ground by Abraham in a bad reaction that forced the Freiburg bench to step in. For his misbehavior, Abraham was subsequently given a red card, suspended for 7 weeks, and fined €25,000. Number 8. Pepe. Known for his tough approach, legendary defender, Pepe has frequently faced criticism for his violent behavior on the field. When Real Madrid and Barcelona played each other in the El Clásico during the Copa del Rey quarterfinal first leg in January 2012, there was one noteworthy event. Pepe lost his cool against Lionel Messi after a heated argument when the score was tied at 1-1. Pepe, who appeared to disrespectfully bump into Messi and appeared to stamp on his hand after José Callejon was booked for fouling him, avoided punishment because the referee failed to notice the event. The Spanish Federation's decision to take no further action in the matter, in spite of Pepe's apology and claims of accidental actions, caused controversy and left many perplexed as to why the defender's acts went unpunished. Number 7. Luis Suarez's explosive reaction. In the 3-0 victory over Cruzeiro by Grêmio last year, Luis Suarez went insane. That was the consequence of thievery, rather than a risky tackle or a VAR call. Cruzeiro's Marlon Xavier snatched up Luis Suarez's boot during stoppage time in the first half and hurled it off the field. In an effort to prove to the referee that Marlon had fouled him, El Pistolero took off his shoe. Not only was Suarez already furious, but he went completely crazy when the Cruzeiro player hurled the sneaker halfway to Uruguay. His protests were enough to see Marlon get a yellow card for the action. It was the last laugh of the day for the former striker for Barcelona and Liverpool. Amidst Cruzeiro's 3-goal setback, Marlon Xavier was substituted before the completion of the 90 minutes, and he finished the match with 1 goal, 1 assist, and his own yellow card. Things might have gone far worse for Marlon, even if he did not get away with the crime. Number 6. Paolo Di Canio. West Ham United supporters hold Paolo Di Canio in high regard as an icon, although his actions have left others divided about his legacy. He is most known for having openly supported Nazi ideology and for making the notorious fascist salute while playing for Lazio. When Di Canio participated in a physical altercation with Martin Keown during Sheffield Wednesday's Premier League match against Arsenal in September 1998, referee Paul Alcock signaled a red card. Di Canio increased the intensity of the encounter by shoving the referee, causing him to stumble and collapse, rather than expressing regret and considering his conduct. In light of this, Di Canio was fined £10,000 by the Football Association and subjected to a lengthy 11-game suspension. Number 5. Eric Dier vs. Fan. Following his team's FA Cup defeat in March 2020, Tottenham defender Eric Dier climbed into the stands to attack a spectator. This resulted in a 4-match suspension. The England star went to the section of the pitch in front of the stand where his younger brother Patrick and family were sitting after Tottenham fell to Norwich in a penalty shootout. After witnessing his brother engage in a physical altercation with the same fan, Dier was verbally harassed by the spectator and proceeded to climb over rows of seats within the stand. There was no physical interaction, and the Metropolitan Police did not look into the case further after conducting a quick inquiry. An independent panel learned that the spectator had stated in a statement that he was being an idiot, was disappointed and irritated with the outcome of the match, and had not felt intimidated by Dyer. The panel did consider Dyer's actions to be threatening nonetheless. He received a warning regarding his future behavior, a £40,000, $50,000 fine, along with the ban. Number 4. Lee Bowyer and Kieran Dyer. Teammates should work together to support and uplift one another as well as behave in the club's best interests. However, it was most definitely not the case for Lee Bowyer and Kieran Dyer of Newcastle United in April 2005. When the team was losing 3-0 to Aston Villa in the Premier League, Bowyer and Dyer started fighting on the field and had to be separated. As a result of their despicable actions, both players were dismissed. The fight is said to have started because Bowyer was furious with Dyer for not passing to him. In addition to the penalties and suspensions imposed by the FA, Bowyer also paid a fee to the police for acting in a menacing manner toward the other player. Number 3. Fan on Erling. The Manchester City supporter who raced onto the field, leaped on Erling Haaland, and planted a kiss on the striker has turned out to be a former world boxing champion. The WBO lightweight champion from 2015 to 2017 was Terry Flanagan, a retired British professional fighter and avid supporter of City. With 14 knockouts, he only lost 2 of his 38 fights. It is unlikely that Flanagan would have rejoiced over any of his victories more than Haaland's goal at the right moment. At Bramall Lane in August 2023, an hour into City's 2-1 victory, the event took place. With City failing to find a way through, Haaland had already missed a penalty against the Blades. But after Jack Grealish crossed the ball, the Norwegian attacker finally found the back of the net with a skillfully placed close-range header, and Flanagan sprang from the stands onto the pitch as he ran off to celebrate. Then, he threw himself upon Haaland's back, trying to get into the party with the City folks. That's insane, isn't it? Number 2. Eden Hazard. In the second leg of the League Cup in January 2013, Swansea City had Chelsea down 2-0 overall. The contest was drawing to an unfortunate close, and winger Eden Hazard's fury finally got the better of him. Hazard, trying to get the ball back to speed up play, got into a fight with Charlie Morgan, the ball boy, who was purposely slowing things down. In the heat of the moment, Hazard kicked Morgan in the ribs, resulting in his dismissal from the match. Afterward, apologies were made by both parties for their acts. Remarkably, Morgan went on to co-found AO Vodka, a business that was estimated to be worth £40 million in 2023. Number 1. Frank Rijkaard. As the most prestigious football competition, the World Cup, you would expect that players would conduct themselves appropriately. Frank Rijkaard, though, is another story. In the 1990 tournament's round of 16, the Netherlands faced off against West Germany. Rijkaard seemed to spit at the German striker almost 20 minutes into the first half, following his chopping down of Rudi Völler and subsequent booking. For his complaints, Völler was also given a yellow card. Moments later, the two were involved in another fight in the penalty area. This time, both of them were dismissed. They were walking off the field when Rijkaard sprinted off, having spit profanely in Völler's outstanding perm. Following the event, Rijkaard was given the humorous nickname Llama by the media,